All right, in this video here, I'm going to show you guys how to expand and condense logs here. And this can be applied when you have the same value of b. And so we have reviewed before that if you don't have a value of b, it is 10. So that's the first thing you need to identify is, do you have the same base number? And we do. And I like to relate these properties back to the laws of exponents. So if you think about the laws of exponents, when you multiply exponents, and you can see that these two terms here behind the log are being multiplied, you add, and vice versa. When you are dividing with exponents, or in this case, when you have a log and a term after it being divided, you subtract. And then we have something called the power rule or the power property. And that simply is really easy to do. You just take the little bitty exponent and you rewrite it in front of the log, and it's no longer an exponent. It is now a number or a term being multiplied times a log value. So let's apply some of these properties here, condensing and expanding. Look at our first example. It says condense, and we're adding. So if you go back up to our properties, if you forgot, adding means we are going to condense by creating a multiplication piece. And remember, you want to check and make sure that the logs have the same base value, and they do. So we can condense this. You go log, and you just take the two terms after the log, x and y, and you multiply them together, and it's that simple. That's your answer. Let's look at this when you are subtracting. We have two base values. Remember that if the base number is not there, it's a value of 10. They're the same, so we can condense this. Subtracting means to divide, and you just simply divide in the order that you see the logs here, or the terms after the logs. 4x squared divided by 3y. And then we have our power rule, or the power property. Remember, you simply take the exponent, and we are going to put it in front of the log, and it is now being multiplied. So that's x times the log base 10 of 4. Let's work backwards. Let's practice expanding. So in this case, we are dividing, and when you divide, you are going to subtract. So we're going to create two logs. The base number is 10. You don't have to keep writing 10, but I just want to emphasize that it needs to make sure that when you write your two expanded forms of the log, that they need to be the same base number. So we're going to do log x minus, because we are dividing, log y to the fourth. We need to go one step further, because if you remember, if you look at that example here, we have a power rule that we can apply to that last log. So we're going to say log x minus, apply the power rule, 4 goes in front, being multiplied, times the value of log y. This would be our answer. In our last example, we are multiplying three terms in the parentheses here, x, y, and z. We can write that out as log x plus log y plus log z. Thanks for watching.